जी, नमस्ते गोपाल भैया।
नमस्ते दीदी।
शुड वी स्टार्ट भैया?
जी जी। So namaste everyone. Welcome all in this morning session. So we are practicing exercise 2, observation, observing the body by the self. So basically we are trying to see that the self and the body are two distinct realities. So I can see myself because activities are going on in the self. So I can see my activities directly, and also activities are going on in the body and I can see activities of the body also. So based on these two kind of activities, we can say that I am a different reality than the body. And we can also see that only information is being exchanged between me and the body. So we are interacting with the body only in the form of information. And with this, we can also see that we are taking decision. Body is following me. So I have choice when to interact, how long to interact with the body. I take decision, body follows it. And we can also see that we are not sensation. We are separate from the sensation. So we can focus on any sensation, and while focusing, we can observe whether we are sensation, we are in sensation, or we are separate from the sensation. With this, we are also observing various sources of sensations. And while seeing these sources, we are also aware that it is me who is giving meaning to these sensations. So sensations are sensations. These are only physiochemical activities. I am reading it in form of sensation. And sensation is in the form of information. But while reading this information, I give some meaning. So I am associating meaning with the sensations. That is what we are trying to see from step 1 to 5. So let's take few sharings on this. Then we will move to next slide.
भैया नमस्ते भैया, सभी को नमस्ते।
नमस्ते दीदी।
भैया, regarding this fifth step, I am having an observation. There is a neighbor, and we have been neighbor for 30 years, भैया.
जी.
And that lady, she must be somewhere around 65 years plus. Every time she puts the garbage in front of our house, भैया. So initially, it was a big disturbance to me. I used to complain to her, but she blindly say, no, I have not put it. Then I started to complain to her husband. This was before some 20 years, Bhaiya. Her son, her daughter. They will scold her, but she will blindly negate it. But she was repeating it for a long time. Till now, it continues, Bhaiya. Anyway,
Mm,
that garbage is going to be removed by the corporation worker 1 day or 2 days later. But she's putting all the waste, that food waste, into the tree pit. So it was disturbing me for a long time. Even I had shown a video footage, but she blindly denies that she has not done. So some 10 years before, I have stopped complaining because I'm able to see that she's not at all accepting. But after 5 years, that is after connecting with UHP, slowly I was able to accept, okay, she's of that nature. It is of no use talking to her like that. I have accepted her action and I'm talking to them. That is there, Bhaiya. But whenever I see again, she has put that waste into the tree pit, there is a little bit of irritation. But it is not bothering me a lot. I have accepted it. So it is not bothering. But sometimes I will get disturbed for that moment whenever I see again, oh, today also she has put the garbage. Like that. That feeling is there. My question, Bhaiya, I have accepted her action since I come to know that she picks up fight quarrel with so many people, vegetable vendor, fruit vendor. Then her own daughter-in-law is not living with her. They are living one street behind them. So by coming and observing all these actions, I have decided and come to a conclusion, okay, she's of that type. Let me accept like that. I have accepted Bhaiya. But I know that is still that is wrong at my end. So how you would like to comment upon this action of mine, Bhaiya? That is my question.
जी दीदी जी so important is
Mm,
am I having feeling of relationship or opposition for
mm,
her. This is important.
mm,
So if I have a feeling of relationship, I may be trying to communicate her the problem. If we have a feeling of opposition, uh, this will create problem for me.
mm,
So what is my state of being? That is important. So feeling of relationship, feeling of opposition, that we
mm,
can decide for ourselves.
mm,
Someone's behavior is happening. Now it is impacting on my body, creating some sensation. Now I am reading this sensation. While reading, I have a feeling of relationship or opposition. So that is important.
mm,
So if I have a feeling of relationship, I will find out many other ways. If person is not listening, he is bound with his sanskar. But am I bound with my sanskar? That we need to check.
mm,
So at least we have feeling of relationship. Then we may find out ways. Even I am accepting her behavior,
mm,
but
mm,
while accepting her behavior, her tendencies, have I feeling of relationship or opposition?
mm,
So somehow we are accepting her behavior, but if we not have feeling of relationship, I will be in trouble
mm,
all the day.
mm,
So that we can do for ourselves. So basically, it is feeling of relationship that will create harmony in me.
mm,
If I am accepting her behavior but having feeling of opposition, it will disturb
mm,
my sanskar.
mm,
and it will impact my state of being, and that state of being will reflect in my behavior also,
mm,
and while interacting with family member, office members. So we will be victim all the day. So two things is there. I am accepting her tendencies. This is one part.
mm,
Second is I need to check whether I have a feeling of relationship or not. So once
mm,
feeling of relationship is there, then we may find other ways also. If no ways is working for me
mm,
as a worst case,
mm,
even then also feeling of relationship or opposition, we have always this choice. So that we need to work with it.
mm,
So whenever you see that lady, what feeling you have for her, you can check every moment.
mm, mm,
And for her, it is one part, but we can check whatever feeling I have. Is it naturally acceptable to me or not? For anyone, not for her.
mm, mm,
So that can be practiced. What would be my feeling?
mm.
So that we need to work on ourselves.
जी, जी.
जी.
Bhaiya, one more doubt, Bhaiya. Okay, at the
Hmm.
worst case, I am trying to communicate her, but she's not changing. Let us assume, Bhaiya. And she's not at all going to change because I have seen like that. I have concluded, Bhaiya. Mhm. So I am
जी.
accepting her behavior. Um, is it not a feeling of relationship, Bhaiya, that I'm talking to her?
Yes, that we need to check, Didi. You need to check in yourself while talking. You feel comfortable or uncomfortable.
Mm,
And whenever she denies,
mm,
what impacts you feel on yourself.
mm, mm,
So if you are feeling comfortable, है ना, then you have a feeling of relationship.
mm,
If it is disturbing you rest of the days,
mm,
it means somehow we have a feeling of opposition.
mm.
है ना. So that we need to check in ourselves.
जी, Bhaiya.
जी दीदी.
Even
Okay
for a
दीदी.
moment, I should not. Even for
हाँ.
a moment, I should not get disturbed by her behavior. That is an indicator.
Yes, this is an indicator that I am not disturbed.
Uh,
I am communicating myself, but I am not disturbed.
mm, mm,
And at the worst case also we will find solution. We will try another ways,
mm,
but I will not be in a position.
mm,
So maybe I am talking to other person about her behavior, but I am having feeling of relationship.
mm,
So I want to protect the place. I want to protect myself from her behavior, keeping feeling of relationship.
mm.
So that is important.
Ji. Okay, Bhaiya.
जी.
Let me try, Bhaiya. Thank you. Thank you so much, Bhaiya.
So, before a few days, I asked you that about my fear of sensation, fear of losing the happiness, temporary happiness, which is connected to my sensations. So, I explored on that, Bhaiya. Uh, Means I have observed
जी.
this that uh, whenever I have this fear, so I'm trying to run away from my sensation instead of facing them, instead of knowing what my body needs. Like if I crave something to eat, I will instantly eat something instead of knowing what my body actually wants. So I end up eating something which is not nurturing my body. Uh, so I means that sensation is gone, but the purpose is not done of that sensation. This is what I have observed. And when that sensation is gone, um, another sensation is there in my body, and I means I keep trying to run from one sensation to another sensation. This is what I observed, and I am not means I am not fulfilling the purpose of that sensation. Means like if I have uh, a sensation to drink water, I'll eat instead of drinking water. So the purpose was to nurture my body, but I use that sensation to run from my emotions, or means I'm trying to run from that sensation. This is what I observed, Priya. Please guide me on this.
जी दीदी. So we keep shifting from self to body, body to self. So we are not clear who is demanding. So body doesn't demand anything. Body is activity only. There are activities going on in the body only. So body doesn't demand anything. It is me who decide to provide water, food to the body. If I decide not to provide, body will start decomposing. So body is not demanding anything. It is me who want to nurture the body. So because I want to nurture the body, you know, that's why I provide food. Similarly, it is me who want to be happy. But if I am not clear, how can I continue my happiness? So I provide something to body and assume that I am becoming happy. So for example, craving of food. So I have a craving of food. So why this craving of food? Because I want continuity of happiness. And now I am not aware of myself. So I try to be happy from sensation. But if I am aware of the right purpose of sensation, then I will not use sensation for happiness. So when I am aware that I and body are two distinct reality, then I can see my happiness can be ensured with my awareness, with my understanding. So whenever I am at a state of pure observer, I don't need anything from outside for happiness because it is the state where I am peaceful, blissful. I am fulfilled. This is the place where I can achieve everything, happiness in continuity. But whenever I slip from this state and come to my thought or come to my body, then I start looking something from outside. So whenever I shift to body, then I try to ensure happiness from body sensation. Whenever I shift to thought level, then I try to be happy with thoughts by listening joke, by listening music, etc. So sometimes my thoughts become source of my happiness. Sometimes sensation of body becomes source of happiness. sometimes feelings become source of happiness. So whenever feelings are source of happiness, I start expecting this feeling from others. But I am the source of happiness. When I am in a state of pure observer, it gives me continuous happiness. So continuous happiness is already in me. I slip from that state to another state. So sometimes I slip to sanskar, sometimes I slip to feeling, sometimes thoughts, sometimes body. Whenever I slip or I shift, then I start searching happiness wherever I am. So if I am on body, so I start searching happiness from body. So what is right way? Right way is I am at the state of pure observer. I am feeling peaceful, blissful, continuous happiness. Now whenever I am coming to, I am observing thought. Now I am trying to align these thoughts with coexistence, harmony and relationship. Whenever I am observing my body, so I am utilizing my sensation purposefully because I am already happy with my state. Now I will utilize my body purposefully. So purposefulness will happen with my thought, with my body. But if I slip from the state of pure observer to other activities, then purposefulness will not happen. And then I will assume these activity as source of happiness. So sometimes, with unawareness, sometimes I use my mind as a source for happiness. So I indulge myself outside in talking, in watching movie, etc. Sometimes we use our body as a source of happiness. So we become indulged into sensual pleasures. So that's why it is important to be aware what is the source of continuous happiness. So in exercise 1, in step 1, when we are saying that observe yourself without evaluation, reaction. So with the help of step 1, we can be state of pure observer. And in step 7 of exercise 1, we are saying be aware of relationship, harmony, coexistence. So once I am observing with completeness, it will ensure my continuity of happiness. With that, now when I will observe my mind, I will use my thoughts, feeling purposefully. When I will observe body, I will use my body purposefully. But what happens generally, we get slip from that state. Sometimes we assume ourselves body, so we use body as a source of happiness. Sometimes
Yeah,
we come into mind.
but Bhaiya, uh,
Ji,
yeah, means this is, I agree with this, but these sensations also have some purpose to fulfill somewhere. And when means I have observed this, that when I face these sensations, when I try to observe these, I am able to fulfill the purpose. Means I am enjoying the sensations as well as I am fulfilling the purpose. So means this is a source of happiness, it is correct, but somewhere it these sensations have purpose also. Uh,
ji,
to nurture my body, means when I have craving to eat something, it is to nurture my body, not means it is not only connected with happiness only, somewhere it is connected with that purpose also.
ji. So use of senses is, purpose of senses is number 1, to nurture the body. So because of this sensation,
जी भैया.
I can understand that my body is healthy or not. Right. So say
Hmm.
we can use sensation as an information to understand the state of the body. So number 1 is to keep my body healthy or to know the status of my body, we can use sensation as information. Secondly, to express my feeling. So I want to express myself. I can use sensation with that purpose. So for example,
जी
feeling
जी
of
भैया
care. So I want to express feeling of care. So feeling of care, I want to nurture my child. And for nurturing, I want to cook food. And for that, I will use my body. Third is participation in larger order. So I want to participate in larger order. So at the level of mind, I have created a roadmap. How will I participate in larger order? Now with the help of body, with the help of sensation, I will actualize it. So these are purpose of the sensation
जी
of the
भैया
body. But we can use
राइट
these
भैया
purposefully once I am stable inside. I
राइट
am
भैया
in harmony inside. Otherwise, many people they start working for society, but soon they become trapped into greed, bribe, because they are not in harmony and they start participating outside. So initially they start with good intention, but gradually, due to their own sanskar, they become trapped in unethical practices. So their
जी भैया
sanskars dominates them. So that's why I am in harmony. This is first part. With this, I am using sensation with right purpose. है ना? Both has to ensured.
जी
जी दीदी.
means bhaiya I see that where I am standing right now is one solution for me is just to face the sensations as much as I can so this is the only solution for me right now means previously I used to try to fulfill the sensation as soon as it would come. Now I try to observe, and I have experienced this that whenever I try to observe my sensations instead of eagerly going to fulfill them, it is helping me a lot to understand the purpose behind that sensation. And also, I am not becoming slave of the sensation. I'm fulfilling it, but I'm not completely dependent on the sensation. This is what I'm experiencing, Bhaiya.
Yeah, so it is because of my sanskar, not because of sensation.
Hmm.
So I am slave of my sensation because I am slave of my sanskar.
जी भैया
है ना? So it is not sensation, it is my sanskar. So my
हम्म
sanskar is so convinced that only the source of happiness is sensation. That's why we become slave of the
हम्म
sensation. So we need to evaluate our sanskar. So for example, this craving. So craving is happening
हम्म
at the level of sanskar. So while observing sensation, है ना? If you see this is step 5. So we are observing sensation and we are also observing that I am giving meaning to this sensation. And this meaning is coming from
हम्म
my sanskar. So basically I need to evaluate my
very
sanskar.
true भैया हम्म
है ना? Because it is my sanskar that is trying to hold the sensation again and again.
हम्म
So sensation is sensation. It is only body, physiochemical activity. है ना?
it is only information.
हाँ, so
I am.
sensation is also only information.
हम्म
But I want
हम्म
to enjoy that information again and again because of my sanskar.
Right,
So
भैया.
ultimately, I need to evaluate my sanskar. I need to be aware of my sanskar.
Hmm.
है ना? So that we need to practice. So we need to be aware and we need to observe whenever there is a food, sweet comes. Just be aware how my mind reacts into this. What thought arises immediately when sweets come, food come, tea come.
Hmm.
So with this awareness, I will be aware how my mind is reacting. Then I will evaluate. So that we are going to discuss in next step, step 5 in next step. Right.
जी
But
भैया.
summary of our discussion is, so I am indulged
That
into the sensation because of my sanskar. So I need to rightly evaluate my sanskar. With right evaluation of sanskar, we will be able to rightly utilize the sensation.
जी भैया.
तो जी दीदी.
Thank you so much भैया.
ओके दीदी, नमस्ते.
नमस्ते भैया.
So let's move towards next slides. Then we will have depth in our discussion. So Bhaiya, we can move to next slide. Next. Next slide, Bhaiya. Yes, this one. So let's see the communication between me and the body, how it is happening, and where is the place when I can evaluate my sanskar. Right. So let's understand with one example. So take the first source as an example. We are interacting with someone. So behavior of other human being. So other is speaking, shaking hand, his dressing sense while interacting, his body language, everything is impacting on my body. And that's why there is a sensation. So other person's image is coming to my eyes, his voice is coming to my ear, and all these things are creating sensation. Some physiochemical changes. So it affects the body. It affects the body. That's why there is sensation in body. Now there is a sensation in body. Sensation is only information. It is not good, bad, tasty, tasteless. It is only information. Now if I think it is important to listen that person, so I take decision to listen that person, to listen the information, the sound that has come to my ear. If I don't think that person is important, so many times you will observe the person is speaking, but you are not listening carefully because you think it is not important to listen that person. So for example, in college, when your director is communicating something, we listen very attentively. Each word we listen very attentively. At home, when husband is speaking, wife is speaking, so many times we become careless while listening. because we take decision. It is not important. These kind of things are general things. They keep talking like this. So sensation is happening, voice is coming to my ear, but it is my decision whether I will listen each word or not. But information is coming, sensations are happening. So when I decide, yes, this person is important, let listen each word of this person. So with decision, I start reading the sensation. So this point we need to observe that many person communicate with us, but I take decision which person should I take seriously, which person I can avoid. So when I take decision, I read the sensation. So once I read the sensation, so while reading the sensation, I associate some meaning to it. And this meaning is associated with my sanskar. So for example, for someone, you have assumed that this person is not right person. So whenever you start talking to that person and whenever you listen him, you listen with your pre-assumptions, whatever assumptions you have made for him. You start listening with those assumptions. So many times you will notice, suppose you are communicating to other person. So before he complete his talk, immediately you interrupt between the communication, and you immediately says that I know what do you want to say. Then other persons say you don't know what I want to say, and fight starts between the two because I am listening with my assumption. I have assumed that I know what he want to say. So many times we do not listen the other persons completely because we start listening with assumption. So we are reading information with our assumption. So voice is coming to my ear. This is one part. Sensations are there. This is second part. I am taking the decision. Once I take the decision, then I start listening what is happening on my ear. So I listen it, and when I listen it, I listen it with my assumption, with my meanings. So I associate some meaning, and this meaning may be based on my assumption or knowing. So this meaning is with my sanskar, and my sanskar may be based on assumption or knowing. So if it is based on assumption, then I behave with the person in one manner. Same thing is being communicated by another person. I may respond in different manner because of my own assumption. So many times you will notice that your father, mother, or children are telling you something, but you avoid them. You do not follow them. But same thing when being told by your friend or some other person for whom you have assumed that this is very informative, knowledgeable person, you immediately start following him. So many times our family member says the same thing I was telling you, but you did not follow it. But the same thing now is being told by your friend and you are following it. So why it is happening? Because of my own assumption. I have made one kind of assumption for one person. I have made another kind of assumption for another person. Similarly, I have made some assumptions about nature, about realities. So sensation is there, and I read that sensation with my sanskar. I associate some meaning with my sanskar. And this sanskar may be based on knowing or assuming. And with the meaning, now I am influenced within myself. So if I have assumed that this kind of words are not good words, this kind of words are abusive words. So whenever other person is speaking, some words, it is coming to your ear, and if you are considering that person important, then you start listening. And when you listen this word, you start giving meaning. So if you in your culture, the meaning of that words is not good, it is considered as abusive language in your culture, then it will start influencing you. है ना? So my feeling now will be decided how I assume that sensation, how I am associating meaning to that sensation. So based on that, I will be happy or unhappy. So if I have considered that these words are not good words, these are abusive language, then I feel unhappy. So my happiness and happiness because of my meaning that I am giving to that sensation. It is not that words that is making me unhappy. It is my meaning that I have associated with that sensation. So if I consider those words as a abusive language, then it impacts my state of being and it create unhappiness in me. So it is meaning that is making me happy or unhappy. It is not the sensation. So it is my interpretation based on my sanskar. It is meaning based on my sanskar that impacts my state of being and it creates happiness or unhappiness in me. And now, based on my happiness or unhappiness, my state of being, I respond. So I may respond based on assumption or may respond based on knowing. Right. So once I decide to respond outside, then I instruct my body and body follows my instruction and I express myself outside with language, with body language. This is how my feelings are reached to outside, to other person. So what is required here, where we need to pay attention. Number one, it is me who is giving meaning. First, it is me who is deciding to listen the other person or not. Sensation is sensation. Sensation is neither good nor bad, not tasty, not tasteless. Sensation is information only. Now, the meaning I am associating, that you know, give impression whether it is tasty or not tasty, it is good or not good. So point number one is sensations are happening while interacting with others. Now it is my choice whether to read that sensation or not. So once I read it, now second point to be aware is I am giving meaning to it. So for example, this abusive language. So if you see the environment of college, engineering colleges, so students talk with each other in abusive language and they feel very comfortable. They don't feel uncomfortable. When outsider uses the same words, the same student gets hurt and he start thinking to fight, kill other. Words are same, but it is my assumption, my meaning that I am driving from that sensation. So this is important. While reading sensation, I am giving meaning. And this meaning depends on my sanskar. So if my sanskar based on assumptions, so I assume something about that information. I give meaning. And that meaning is making me happy or unhappy, not that sensation, not that words. So it is meaning that is making me happy or unhappy. So whatever I am feeling inside, whatever my state of being is because of my meaning that I am associating with that sensation. So if I am aware of this phenomena, then I will reevaluate what meaning I am giving. So, so that's why there is a need to evaluate our sanskar. So in exercise 1, we worked on that. So in exercise 1, we practiced to be aware of our sanskar. We practiced to evaluate our sanskar. We practiced to be aware of the reality, knowing the reality. So if that exercise 1 is going on, then with awareness, we will evaluate our sanskar before giving meaning to the sensation. So at this time, we need to be aware that I am giving meaning, and this meaning is depends on my sanskar. So I need to evaluate my sanskar. So if my assumption is wrong, my meaning is wrong. My meaning is wrong, it will impact my state of being, and it will ensure happiness. So there I need to be aware what meaning I am giving to the sensation. And for that we need to be aware of my sanskar. So it is my sanskar, it is my assumptions that is making me happy or unhappy. It is not the words, it is not the sensation. It is my own meaning that makes me comfortable or uncomfortable. So whatever my state of being is, I react or respond. So if I am in harmony, I respond outside. If I am in reaction, I am in contradiction, I react outside. So this reaction or response first happens in me, and then I decide whether to express outside or not. So sometimes we are in reaction, but we don't express it outside. Suppose your director is communicating you, and you are not agree for a few points. So you come into reaction, but you don't express outside. In home, when child is saying something, we come in reaction and we express it outside also with decision. So I will express my reaction or respond outside or not. This is also my decision. So whenever I think, I can express my harmony, my contradiction. So I express it outside. So I communicate to body, I give information to body, and body follows it. So this is how things are happening between me and the other. So that we need to be aware of all these steps. So suppose two people are coming to you. One is coming from Mercedes, one is coming from cycle. And both are saying good morning. But you will see different impact on your state of being. And it is because of our assumption. Good morning word is same. It is creating sensation on the ear. Now I am reading it, but for Mercedes person, I have assumed something else. And person who is coming from cycle, not in good clothes, I have assumed something else. So for both, you will see different kind of impact on your state of being. For one, you may come in reaction. For other, you know, you may feel good. So that we need to be aware. Ji. So if any doubt in these steps, we can discuss it. Are we able to see uh, this these steps or not? So how sensations are impacting, how I am reading sensation, how I am giving meaning, that meaning impacting my state of being. So with that state of being, I may be in reaction, I may be in response mode. Then I decide whether to express it outside or not. Once I decide, I use my body for expression. So role of body is only to get information and to express my feeling outside. So when sensation is there, role of body is over. Now rest of things are happening in me. I am reading it, I am giving meaning it, I am analyzing it based on my sanskar. It is impacting my state of being. I am becoming happy or unhappy. I am in reaction or respond. I am deciding whether to react, express outside or not. All these things are happening in the self. Now once I decide, yes, it is required to express outside, then again we use body. So role of body is very minimal. Most of things are happening in me. So role of body is only, I interact with body only when I feel need to express myself outside or when I try to get information from outside. Rest things are happening in me. So that is how things are going on. That is how these steps are working. But we need to check within ourselves. Are we aware of all these things or not? Right. So that we need to check. So role of body is very definite. So when I need information from outside, I use my body. When I want to express myself outside, I use my body. Rest things are happening in me. I am reading it, I am giving meaning to it, I am getting happy or unhappy, I am in contradiction or in harmony. I decide to express it outside. Once decide, then I use my body. So I am happy or unhappy because of my own assumption, because of my own meaning that I associate with the sensation. So this is how things are going on. So you keep exploring it. We will keep continue this discussion tomorrow. You observe all these steps carefully. So whenever you are interacting with someone, you just be aware. Any steps that I am listening, this is one part. Now I am giving meaning. This meaning is based on my sanskar. My sanskar may be based on assumptions or knowing. Based on that, I feel happy or unhappy. Then I decide whether to express outside or not. So continue this. So you will get many opportunities to see all these steps while interacting with others. So just be aware of all these steps. Then we will discuss it tomorrow with your sharing.